This is a quick evidentiary video on how they're tearing up my property. And this is underneath my mailbox. Let me show you. This is new. They're digging up my property. Over here. All the supports. They're causing my property to regress. And they're exposing root systems and removing the support grass that keeps it from falling, but you can see the rock that was exposed. And let me walk in here and show you. So now you can see the way it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like that. But when you get here, somebody dug it all out. And this is all deliberate. You can see here, and look, you can see the exposed rock right here. And this is being done to my property everywhere. Somebody's digging out my property everywhere. And yes, thank you for the comments that these people are desperate. They are desperate. They're losers. They know that when I leave here, they're going to lose their income. And you know, they want to set me up for a crime or institutionalize me, but they're the ones that need to be incarcerated or institutionalized. They are psychotic, pathetic criminals. And this is what they're doing to my property here. Documenting it for the record. This was not here yesterday. So this was done overnight, okay? Just the way that they have done other areas, scraped other areas like this. Or this. All of this. Exposing the root systems. Look at what they did here. Well, they did this last year. But they're digging further and further back because you can see that rock there. I put rock all in here and it's all missing. But you see here? Wasn't like this when I moved here. But they've been doing this. It's a little at a time. It's called Zersetzung. Zersetzung is decomposition. All the words that begin with D, right? Destabilize. That's what they're doing to my property. Destabilize. And they want you to be desensitized to it. Okay? This is not desensitization. This is criminal mischief, vandalism, and trespassing. This is the destruction of property to cause it to collapse. Okay? And the entire town is complicit because Judge Gabbard, the judge executive, approved this slop mess job here. Look at that. Look at this slop mess. They did not even smooth it out. They didn't even smooth it out to cover this portion here. And then overnight, after this slop mess was installed, they have their Deluminati little sun sign symbols there. You see that? Their little X's. And you know, the Freemasons, they love their arches. Now, they did this about 3 years ago, but you can see the arch on my driveway. See that? This was done to my driveway. And you can see the driveway here, all the moss on this driveway. Is that absolutely absurd? You can see that there's no trees here. The sun shines in here. There should be no moss on the driveway, but they have actually planted that on my driveway. And then what happens is the moss starts to grow into the asphalt and causes it to crack. But they're doing a lot of help of causing it to crack by coming and cracking alongside the edges of the driveway that nobody drives on. And then a couple of days ago, this tree just magically falls out of nowhere. Just magic, it just magically falls. But anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. That's my little Friday rant, and I'm sure, you know, these criminals, this is what they did to my retention wall here. You see the posts? When I moved here, the rock was up to the top. And I have photos of it too, to prove that it was deliberate. And then, of course, when I moved here, my criminal neighbors there, all they could do is complain that my property across the street was not mine. And they were posting no trespassing signs on those posts. Meanwhile, my property extends beyond those posts up to that gate. And the easement that we allow the town to use is 15 feet. Although I've heard that on a small county road like this, it's less than 15 feet from the center outward, which is why I posted my gate there. But the original gate was between those two posts there. When I installed the gate, I wanted it closer because I don't want people parking up there. When I moved here, there were people parking there and headlighting my property. They were trespassing my property from the day I moved here. These self-entitled, low-class, white trash pieces of garbage that they're all in on, and they all report back to who else? Right? The weenie boy. The little lawyer weenie boy. Yeah. So now I'm seeing something here that I don't like. I'm seeing some bird feathers. I'm going to have to go check my birdies. Oh, you know what this could have been? I think this could have been when those dogs were here. The dogs did hold a couple of birds, but the guineas fly away. And then the hens, I started taking their saddles, the aprons off of them to clean them. And so that their feathers will grow back because they're not laying eggs. And when they don't lay eggs, the roosters are not all that interested in them anymore so much. So, yeah, and this, when I moved here, this whole rock mess didn't exist. This all fell from up there, but they refused to net it. So they're causing this property to recede, which will affect eventually the county road. But that'll be their doing because they're doing this mess. And all of this rock here has caused this piece to narrow. And I've gone in here so many times moving rock and it keeps coming back. And they've caused this little pool of water here that also did not exist when I moved here. Because all this rock was up there, and that platform there did not exist either because water runs down from there. So again, this is an evidentiary video on December, I think it's 14, 2024. This is the County Creek. Yeah, they're doing a good job taking care of it. Can't you see? It's a little sarcasm, but I hope everybody's doing well. Just remember, tomorrow, Saturday night, I'll have my live stream approximately 10 p.m. Eastern time for anybody that wants to join in. And I'm going to go back and have my second cup of coffee. And again, I'm just showing this. This is for me, for evidence, for you to see this is the County Creek and how they've stopped it up right there to cause flooding, deliberate flooding of my property, and then dig out underneath here, causing a platform that overhangs because they've dug all of that out. It is not erosion. It's fake erosion. It's something that they've created. And something else that they created, let me show you. Right there. See that rock? Let me see. They're going underneath the rocks and digging out underneath the rocks to cause the rocks to slow. Oh, look at how they blurred it. They're going underneath the rock. They're digging out underneath the rock to cause the rock to fall. Those are support rocks. But they're deliberately, and that tree also, they deliberately gutted that tree. Wasn't like that. They want all this stuff to fall into the creek to cause problems for me. But they're doing this. This is the town. This is Jackson County, Kentucky, warring against me, a 66-year-old semi-retired woman who paid for this property. And I do not have a mortgage, by the way, for any of those criminals out there that are trying to take a mortgage out. I don't owe any money on this property. I paid cash for it. Yeah, I paid cash for it. And I do not have a mortgage. And for all those loser neighbors that are telling people I don't pay people, how do you think I paid for this property? You think I could live here just for free? Do you think the internet company lets me have free internet? Do you think the water company lets me have the free water? Do you think my cat food comes for free? Here, look at what they've done over here. This keeps going back further and further. They're digging more and more. Look. Look at that. This is